Hi, I'm Chef Beth, and this is Nutrition in the Kitchen. Today we're going to make really easy homemade chicken tenders that you can do in 10 minutes on a weeknight. So about 15 minutes before you start, just take your chicken out of the refrigerator and put it on the counter so it can just go up to room temperature. Also, you'll want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So my oven is preheated and my chicken is on the counter. I have here some flour. And the best part of this recipe is you don't have to measure or cut anything. So just put some flour in a dish, and I'm going to season the flour with a little bit of salt and pepper. You really don't have to measure it. It's about a half cup of flour, probably half a teaspoon of salt, and maybe an eighth of a teaspoon of pepper. It's just to give it a little seasoning. Okay, so my flour is ready. I'm going to heat my pan to medium-high heat, and you just want to let it come up to temperature. And meanwhile, I'm going to just lightly coat the chicken in the flour. I'm also going to drizzle some oil in the bottom of the pan, just enough to lightly coat the bottom. It's probably just a tablespoon. And the reason you want to take your chicken out is you've done so well heating up your pan. If you put really cold chicken into your pan, it's going to bring down the heat of your pan and you won't get a great crust. So I'm just about ready. The oil's hot. I'm going to put my chicken right in here, and you should hear a little sizzle. Okay, so you don't want to move it now. You just want to give it a little while. It's going to cook on one side, and you can shake the pan a little bit, make sure your oil is distributed, but you don't want to touch it at all. So a lot of people for dinner, so many parents get the pre-breaded frozen chicken products in various kid shapes, and they serve that for dinner many, many times a week. So I think that those are fine in an emergency, in a pinch, when a babysitter's there, but really for a day-to-day, you don't want to be serving these every day to your kids. They have a lot of filler, there's a lot of ingredients, and really this takes the same amount of time, about 10 minutes start to finish. So there's real, once you learn how to do this, it's so versatile. You can do it so many ways. You can put it on a salad, serve it with pasta, rice, potatoes, lots of veggies. So really, really easy and delicious. So I'm going to peek on the bottom. So these need another couple minutes because we really want the bottom to be a nice golden brown. Okay, so our chicken has been cooking for about 3 to 4 minutes, and I can see that it's really nice and golden on one side. And this is the exact color that you want. You want this really nice golden color. So now we are going to put this pan in the oven for 5 to 6 minutes. So now our chicken is just cooking for 5 to 6 minutes in the oven, and during that time you can finish prepping everything, finish setting the table and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to give you 2 quick hints. So I put my skillet right into the oven. Now when you cook with a skillet on the stovetop, the handle stays cool. And I know from experience, when you put that skillet in the oven, the handle's going to be really, really hot. So if you do that skillet to oven, I highly suggest one of these little silicone handle covers. You just, when it's done in the oven, I'm just going to pop it right on so I don't burn myself. And I also suggest putting like an oven mitt or putting something on your oven door to remind you not to reach in and grab that handle, because from experience I can tell you you'll get a really severe burn. Another thing is, I put my skillet right into the oven because I wasn't making a really big batch of chicken. But another thing that you can do if you're making a bigger batch is just put the chicken in some kind of Pyrex casserole dish, and you can put this in the oven too. In that case, you want to just brown both sides and just pop it right in the oven. So I think our chicken is ready to go. We're going to get it out of the oven. Okay, so our chicken has been in the oven for just about 5 minutes. And I'm just going to cut into it to make sure that it's cooked through. You want the juices to run clear, and you just don't want to see any pink inside, so I can see that mine is perfectly cooked. And it is ready to go. So here we have our finished product. Easy weeknight homemade chicken tenders in just about 10 minutes. I know your kids will love these. So this is Chef Beth and Nutrition in the Kitchen. See you next time.